Good morning. Take a deep breath. Because today is not just another day. Today is a new chance, a new beginning, a new door waiting for you to walk through it with power. Listen carefully. Every morning, life gives you two choices. Wake up with excuses or wake up with intention. One drains you, the other transforms you. If you want power, purpose, unstoppable focus, you don't hope for it, you create it. You wake up and choose the strongest version of yourself before the world tells you who to be. This is your life, your story, your destiny. And it begins the moment your eyes open. Let me tell you something powerful. Your morning decides your mindset. Your mindset decides your actions. Your actions decide your destiny. So if you want a powerful life, stop waking up like you're powerless. Wake up like someone who knows, I am made for more. Wake up like someone who knows, I deserve better. Wake up like someone who says, today I will not be distracted. Today I will not shrink. Today I rise, because here is the truth. A focused morning builds an unshakable life. Look in the mirror every morning and tell yourself, I am not here to be average. I am here to be extraordinary. Say it with conviction. Say it until your doubts get intimidated. Your morning is not the time to check who texted you, who likes you, who follows you. Your morning is the time to remind yourself who you are. You are strength, you are fire, you are potential wrapped in purpose. And when you wake up with that fire, the world feels it. Your energy becomes louder than your words. Your presence becomes stronger than your fears. Your mindset becomes your superpower. So I want you to make this promise to yourself. Today, right now, I will not waste my mornings. I will not waste my energy. I will not waste my life. Because you are not behind. You are not late. You are becoming step by step, day by day. This morning is your reminder. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need applause to start. You don't need validation to move forward. Your purpose is already inside you. Your focus is already inside you. Your greatness is already inside you. Now wake it up, unleash it. Walk into your day like someone who knows exactly where they're going. Because you do. This is your day. Your moment, your power, your rise. Go claim it. Start with intention, not reaction. Because the way you begin your morning decides the tone of your entire life. When you wake up and instantly fall into reaction mode, checking notifications, replying to people, scrolling through what everyone else is doing, you hand over your power before the day even starts. Imagine this, you open your eyes, and instead of choosing your direction, you let the world pull you in every direction. That is how most people live, exhausted, distracted, and drained before they even get out of bed. But your life cannot be built on reactions. Your life must be built on purpose. Intention is when you decide what your day will look like before the day decides for you. Reaction is when you let the world decide who you are, what you feel, and how you move. There is a huge difference between the two. When you start with intention, you take the driver's seat. When you start with reaction, you sit in the back seat and hope the world doesn't crash you. Think of a surgeon walking into an operation room. Does he start his day by checking gossip or wondering what people think about him? No. He enters with complete intention because he knows lives depend on his mindset. And guess what? Your life depends on your mindset too. Every day. Not just in big moments. Every morning, every choice, every first thought. Let's take a simple real life example. You wake up late. You panic, you rush, you forget things, you spill your coffee, you snap at someone, and suddenly you say, today is a bad day. But the truth is the day wasn't bad. Your reaction made it bad. Your lack of intention made it chaotic. But imagine the same morning with intention. You wake up, breathe, sit up slowly, repeat one powerful sentence. I will master my day. Nothing will control me. That one moment of intention changes everything. You walk slower. You think clearer. You move smarter. Your energy becomes stable instead of scattered. Here's another example. Imagine your phone buzzing early in the morning with a message from someone who always drains you. If the first thing you do is open that message, you let someone else's emotions set your mood. Their negativity becomes your reality. But intention says, my peace comes first. My mind comes first. My energy comes first. So you choose to ignore the message for now. You choose yourself. That is intention, and that is power. Intention also looks like choosing how you speak to yourself. Most people start their morning with noise in their head. I'm tired, I'm stressed, I have too much to do, I can't handle today. These are reactions, automatic, unconscious, heavy, but intentionally starting your morning means replacing those thoughts with clarity and command. I am stronger than the challenges waiting for me. I will walk through this day with confidence. Nothing can break me today. That one shift changes your entire vibration. Think about athletes. Before they even step onto the field, they don't react to fear, pressure, or comments from the crowd. They block out the world. They lock into intention, focus, victory, control. And because they start with intention, their body, mind, and performance follow. If they allowed reaction to take over, they would lose their power before the game even begins. And life is the same. You cannot win your day if you start it the way the crowd wants. You win your day by starting the way your purpose requires. Let's talk about relationships. When you start your morning in reaction mode, you instantly get pulled into people's moods, expectations, problems, and demands. Someone says something rude, and you react. Someone disappoints you, and you react. Someone ignores you, and you react. Your whole day gets tied to other people's behavior. That is emotional slavery. But intention frees you. Intention sounds like, I choose how I feel. I choose how I respond. I choose what matters to me. You become the one setting the tone, not absorbing everyone else's. Even spiritually, intention makes you stronger. When you wake up and place your mind on gratitude, clarity, peace, or God, you rise above noise before the noise begins. You rise above fear before fear finds you. You rise above problems before problems appear. Intention is like spiritual armor. Reaction is like walking outside unprotected. Think of the sun. It doesn't react to the sky. It rises with purpose, with direction, with certainty every single morning. That is how you must rise, with intention so strong that the world feels your presence before you even speak. With intention so powerful that the day bends according to your energy. Your intention is the difference between living a life you control and living a life that controls you. It decides whether you move with purpose or move with panic, whether you lead your day or lose your day, whether you rise or remain stuck. Intention is not a small thing. It is the foundation of every strong, successful, peaceful, confident person you admire. There is a dialogue you must repeat each morning. Today I lead. Today I choose. Today I am in control. Nothing will shake me. Nothing will distract me. My mind is mine. My energy is mine. My day is mine. That dialogue will rewire you. It will strengthen you. It will make you unstoppable. Start your morning like a warrior preparing for battle, not a passenger waiting to be tossed around by life. Start with intention, not reaction. Because when you begin your day with purpose, the world cannot pull you off track. When you begin with focus, distractions lose their power. When you begin with clarity, confusion disappears. And when you begin with intention, every step you take becomes a step toward your highest self. Protect your energy in the morning, because the first moments after you wake up are the purest, most powerful, and most delicate part of your entire day. Your mind is fresh, your heart is open, and your spirit is quiet. Whatever enters you in those early minutes becomes the fuel or the poison for everything that comes next. Most people don't lose their energy in the afternoon. They lose it in the first 10 minutes after waking, and they don't even realize it. Think of your morning energy like a clean glass of water. Whatever you pour into it first determines the taste for the whole day. If you pour peace, gratitude, focus, you walk through life steady. But if you pour chaos, noise, drama, you walk through life drowning in thoughts that were never yours to begin with. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it is survival. Imagine this, you wake up still half asleep, and the first thing you see is a stressful message, a notification, a rumor, a problem, a demand. In that one moment, your energy shifts. Your heart tightens, your mind races, you haven't even stood up, but your peace has already been stolen. That is what happens when you don't protect your energy. Your morning becomes a battlefield, and you walk into the day already wounded. But now picture the opposite. You wake up, take a breath, place your hand on your heart, and choose silence before noise. You choose intention before interruption. You choose yourself before the world. That one choice becomes your shield. It becomes your armor. It becomes the reason you walk into your day unbothered, unshaken, unstoppable. Let me give you a real-life example. There are people who open social media the second they wake up. They compare their life to strangers. They look at other people's happiness, success, relationships, bodies, achievements, and start their morning feeling behind, feeling not enough, feeling small. That is how insecurities grow, not because your life is lacking, but because you allowed your morning energy to be invaded by illusions. Protecting your energy means refusing to let a screen decide your worth before you even brush your teeth. Another example, think about someone who wakes up surrounded by noise. Phone calls, kids shouting, traffic, chores, responsibilities, everything hitting them at once. They instantly go into reaction mode. They start running, rushing, panicking, and by the time they sit down, they're mentally exhausted. But imagine if that same person claimed just 5 minutes of stillness before the chaos. A moment to breathe. A moment to center themselves. A moment to say, I control the tone of this day, not the noise around me. That 5 minutes can save their entire day. Protecting your energy also means protecting your conversations in the morning. You cannot start your day with people who drain you, demand from you, or dump their negativity on you. There are people who call early just to complain, just to gossip, just to unload their stress onto you. If you let that energy enter your morning, you carry their weight as if it's your own. You carry burdens that were never your responsibility. Protecting your energy means drawing a line, not now, not in my first hour. My peace is sacred. Imagine the difference between waking up to someone's anger versus waking up to your own clarity. One destroys your spirit, the other strengthens it. This is why successful people have rituals. They don't let anyone enter their mental space until they have anchored themselves, until they have created a foundation strong enough to handle whatever comes. Protecting your energy can be small things too, like choosing silence over unnecessary conversations, choosing water over caffeine chaos, choosing gratitude over complaints, choosing calm music over loud noise, choosing sunlight over screen light. These little choices don't just protect your energy, they multiply it. Here's another example. Someone wakes up and immediately starts scrolling through drama happening in the world. Arguments, news, fights, controversies. Their mind becomes heavy. Their emotions become unsettled. Their spirit becomes anxious. They haven't even lived their day, but they've already absorbed the problems of the world. But someone who protects their energy will say, not yet. First, I fill myself. First, I rise. First, I build my strength. Because they know a weak mind cannot handle a heavy world. Protecting your energy also means protecting your thoughts. If your first thoughts are negative, I'm tired, I'm stressed, I cannot do this today, you lower your vibration before the day starts. But if your first thoughts are powerful, I am grounded, I am prepared, I am stronger than anything waiting for me, you shape your reality before the world even touches you. There is a dialogue you must speak each morning to protect your energy. My peace is my responsibility. My mind is my home. My soul is my priority. No one enters my morning unless I invite them. No thought controls me unless I choose it. I begin my day filled, not emptied. Say it like a warrior preparing for victory. Say it like someone whose energy is their currency. Because the truth is, your energy is your wealth. The world will always try to take it, drain it, distract it, but when you protect it, you become powerful in a way most people never understand. Think of your morning like the foundation of a skyscraper. If the base is weak, everything above collapses. But if the base is solid, nothing can shake it. Not storms, not pressure, not weight. That is what your morning does for your life. Protect it. Guard it with intention, discipline, and awareness. Because the energy you allow in your morning becomes the energy you carry into your destiny. Move with purpose. Because every step you take in the morning becomes the direction your entire day follows. When you move without purpose, you drift. When you move with purpose, you rise. Most people wake up and wander through their morning like they're half alive, dragging themselves out of bed, scrolling aimlessly, rushing nowhere, reacting to everything but accomplishing nothing. Their body moves, but their life doesn't. Purpose is what changes that. Purpose turns ordinary moments into powerful decisions. Purpose turns simple actions into meaningful progress. Purpose makes your morning a launch pad instead of a burden. Imagine this. 2 people wake up at the same time. One gets out of bed and starts moving with intention, stretching their arms, taking deep breaths, thanking God or the universe for another chance, making their bed, planning their day, drinking water, activating their mind. Every movement has meaning. Every action sets them up for clarity. The other person rolls out of bed, picks up their phone, scrolls through nonsense, loses 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing, then rushes in panic. Same morning, two different outcomes. One moves with purpose, one moves with noise. Think about a chef preparing a meal. They don't run around grabbing things randomly. They move with purpose, precise, confident, focused. That's why the dish turns out perfect. Now look at your morning. Are you the chef or are you the person throwing things around, hoping your life somehow becomes beautiful? When you move with purpose, you become someone life takes seriously. Your energy shifts, your mind sharpens, your confidence grows. Even the universe responds differently to someone who walks with direction instead of doubt. Let me give you a simple real-life example. Maybe you've seen people who wake up and go straight to work without any thought, dragging their feet, complaining, sighing like the world owes them something. Their whole day becomes heavy because their morning started heavy. But then there are those who wake up, stand tall, look in the mirror and say, let's go. They walk like they have somewhere important to be, even if it's just their living room. Their steps have fire. Their presence has energy. That's purpose. And it doesn't come from having a perfect life. It comes from having a determined mind. Purpose is not about big goals, it's about conscious steps. Making your bed is purpose. Drinking water instead of grabbing your phone is purpose. Breathing deeply for 30 seconds before starting your tasks is purpose. Planning your day instead of letting the day attack you is purpose. These small actions send a message to your brain, I am in control, I am building something, I am moving forward. Look at athletes. The moment practice starts, they don't just run around carelessly. They move with precision and intention because they know one lazy step can cost them the whole game. In the same way, one lazy morning can cost you the whole day. One unfocused hour can destroy your momentum. But one purposeful morning can change everything. Imagine a student preparing for an exam. If they study randomly without direction, flipping pages with no understanding, they fail. But if they study with intention, planning their time, focusing on what matters, removing distraction, they win. Your morning is exactly like that. Move with purpose and your life becomes productive. Move without purpose and you chase your tail all day. Let me give you another example. Think of a business owner. They wake up with a mission. What do I need to accomplish today to grow? They don't move like someone who's lost. They move like someone who's building a kingdom. Their steps are structured. Their choices are deliberate. That is what separates those who create their life from those who merely survive it. Purposeful movement is not just physical. It's emotional and mental too. When you speak in the morning, speak with intention. When you think in the morning, think with direction. When you choose in the morning, choose with awareness. Even your silence should have meaning. There is a dialogue that purposeful people repeat to themselves. I am not here to waste time. I am not here to drift. I am not here to repeat yesterday. Every step I take today has meaning. Every move I make is shaping my future. Say it until it becomes your attitude. Think of a lion waking up. It doesn't run around confused. It rises with intention. It hunts with intention. It moves like every step counts. That is why the jungle respects it. Move like that lion. Move like someone who is aware of their power. Move like someone who knows that their steps are building their destiny. Daily life example. Imagine a mother in the morning. Instead of rushing, panicking, shouting, losing control, she takes a deep breath, creates a rhythm, organizes the moment, and moves calmly but firmly. That's purpose. And her whole household follows her energy. Because when one person moves with purpose, the environment follows. Purpose is not speed. Purpose is clarity. You don't have to move fast. You just have to move meaningfully. Even small steps taken with intention create massive results over time. Your morning walk from your bed to your bathroom may feel simple, but when you walk with intention, you tell your subconscious, we are not drifting today. We are leading today. When you make your tea or coffee with intention, you remind yourself to slow down, breathe, and stay grounded. When you decide your priorities before the world distracts you, you build the discipline that separates leaders from followers. Purpose transforms your energy. It changes your posture, your attitude, your voice, your mindset, your entire presence. You walk differently. You breathe differently. You think differently. And people feel it before you even speak. Speak to yourself like a champion, because the most powerful voice in your life is not the world's. It's the one inside your own mind. The voice you hear when you wake up sets the tone for your courage, your confidence, your strength, and your entire day. Most people lose their battles not because life defeated them, but because their own inner voice whispered, "You can't," long before they even tried. Champions are built in the silence of their thoughts long before the world ever sees them win. Imagine this. You wake up and the first thing your mind tells you is, "I'm tired. I look terrible. I have too much to do. I'm not ready for today." Those thoughts may feel small, but they stack up like invisible weights on your chest. You carry them into your morning, into your work, into your relationships, and suddenly everything feels heavier. Not because life changed, but because your inner dialogue weakened you before the day even started. But now imagine waking up and telling yourself, "I've got this. I am stronger than anything waiting for me. Today I rise. Today I lead. Today I walk like a warrior." That one shift in words changes your energy, your posture, your confidence, and the way life responds to you. Because you cannot speak like a victim and live like a champion. Your words must match the future you want. Let's take a real life example. Think of a student who walks into an exam already telling themselves, "I'm going to fail. I'm not good enough." Their brain shuts down, their confidence collapses. Even the answers they know feel blurry. But another student walks in saying, "I've prepared. I'm capable. I will do my best." Their mind opens, their focus sharpens, their success expands. Same exam, same environment, but a different internal dialogue creates a different result. Champions understand this truth: your mind listens to you more than anyone else. So speak to it wisely. Think of athletes. Before they step onto the field, track or stage, they don't just warm up their bodies, they warm up their minds. They say things like, "I am ready, I am powerful, I have trained for this." They don't fill their mind with fear, they fill it with fire. That is why they perform like champions. Not because they are fearless, but because they speak courage into their fear. Daily example, someone wakes up and looks in the mirror. One person sees flaws, imperfections, insecurities, and talks down to themselves. They shrink, they fade, their confidence dies before breakfast. But someone else looks in the same mirror and says, "I am evolving, I am learning, I am becoming better every day." They rise, they glow, their confidence becomes their light. The mirror doesn't change, only their words do. Speaking to yourself like a champion also means correcting your inner critic. When your mind says, "I can't," answer with, "Watch me." When your fears say, "You're not good enough," answer with, "I'm better than who I was yesterday, and that's enough." When doubt whispers, "You will fail," reply with, "Failure is part of greatness, and greatness is mine." This is how champions talk to themselves, not with arrogance, but with unshakable belief. Let me give you another example. Think of a mother waking up to a long list of responsibilities. Kids to get ready, tasks to finish, problems to solve. If she tells herself, "I'm overwhelmed, I can't handle this," the weight doubles instantly. But if she says, "I've handled harder days than this, I am capable, I am strong, I will move with grace and power," her energy transforms. Same responsibilities, different mindset. Your inner dialogue can either drain your strength or multiply it. Speak like someone preparing for victory, not defeat. Speak like someone who knows they are becoming stronger every morning. Speak like someone who refuses to let fear write their future. There is a dialogue champions repeat to themselves every single day. "I am not ordinary. I am built for more. My potential is bigger than my fear. My mindset is stronger than my obstacles. I am rising and nothing can stop me." Say it in the morning. Say it before bed. Say it until you believe it so deeply that even your doubt becomes scared of you. Think of your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of insecurity, negativity, and doubt, you will grow a life full of limitations. But if you plant seeds of strength, courage, gratitude, and determination, you will grow a life full of possibilities. Champions are not born. They are grown by the words they feed themselves. Speaking to yourself like a champion also means refusing to insult yourself, even jokingly. Stop saying things like, "I'm so stupid, I'm such a failure, nothing works for me." Words become beliefs, beliefs become patterns, patterns become reality. If you want a powerful life, you cannot speak weak language. A daily life example, imagine someone beginning a new business. If they say, "What if I fail? what if no one supports me? Their dream dies before it breathes. But if they say, what if this works? What if I succeed? What if this is the beginning of something huge? They open the door to possibility. Their actions become bolder. Their steps become stronger. And success begins to follow the direction of their confidence. You must become your own coach, your own motivator, your own encourager. Champions don't wait for others to hype them. They hype themselves. They build themselves. They talk to themselves like they are destined for greatness because they know the world will challenge them enough. They don't need to challenge themselves with their own voice too. Your inner voice is either your prison or your freedom. It can trap you in who you were or release you into who you can become. Speak to yourself like a champion and your life will begin to move like one. Set one focus for the day. Because a scattered mind leads to a scattered life. When you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing with excellence. But the moment you choose one thing, one priority, one mission, one target, you give your mind a direction, your energy a purpose, and your day a meaning. Most people aren't tired because they have too much to do. They're tired because they're trying to carry 10 tasks with the strength meant for one. Focus is not about limitation. It's about power. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning and your mind starts listing everything at once. Calls to make, chores to finish, people to respond to, goals to chase, problems to solve. The day already feels heavy. Your energy gets divided before you even begin. You move from one task to another, halfway into everything, fully into nothing. That's how people exhaust themselves without accomplishing anything meaningful. One day, zero impact. But now imagine waking up and saying, today I choose one thing that truly matters. That one decision changes your entire rhythm. Your thoughts align, your effort sharpens, your time feels valuable. Instead of being pulled in 10 directions, you move in one powerful direction, and that one focus becomes the reason the day feels productive, clear, and successful. Let's take a simple daily life example. Think of someone who opens their laptop in the morning intending to work, but they also keep checking social media, texting friends, scrolling through notifications, eating breakfast, replying to emails, and watching videos, all while trying to finish one task. Their mind is juggling, not creating. Their focus is broken into pieces. Hours pass, but progress doesn't. And by evening, they feel guilty, frustrated, and drained. Now imagine someone else who tells themselves, before anything else, I am finishing this one task. They put their phone away, eliminate the noise, and devote full presence to that mission. They finish in an hour what others couldn't finish in a day because their attention was whole. That is the power of setting one focus for the day. Your mind is like a magnifying glass. When the light scatters, it warms. But when aligned to a single point, it burns. That is the difference between being busy and being effective. Busy people scatter. Powerful people focus. Think of a builder constructing a house. If they start building 5 walls at once, nothing rises. But if they focus on building one wall with strength and precision, the structure grows. Once that is done, they move to the next. Progress comes from direction, not chaos. Here's another example. Imagine a mother who has a long list of responsibilities. If she tries to tackle everything at the same time, she ends up overwhelmed. But if she sets one focus, like organizing the house, helping her child study, preparing meals, or finishing an assignment, her mind becomes calm and her actions become efficient. That one commitment gives her clarity. Setting one focus doesn't mean you ignore everything else. It means you choose what deserves your best energy today. The rest can wait. Not everything in your life is urgent. Not everything deserves your morning. Not everything needs your full strength. But something does. There is a powerful dialogue you must speak to yourself in the morning. Today, I choose one thing I will complete with excellence. One task that elevates me. One goal that strengthens me. One step that moves me forward. Say it with conviction. Say it like you are choosing your destiny, not just your to-do list. Let's take another real-life example. Think of a student preparing for exams. If they try to study 5 subjects in one morning, they end up confused and overwhelmed. But if they choose one subject and go deep into it with clarity, their understanding becomes strong. Their confidence grows. Their learning multiplies. Setting one focus makes the mind productive, not pressured. Or think of a business owner. Every day they could be overwhelmed with tasks, marketing, emails, sales, planning, calls, strategy, but the successful ones pick a single priority each morning, solving one big problem, finishing one big task, creating one valuable idea. That focus is the reason they succeed while others stay stuck. Setting one focus also protects your energy. When you know your priority, you automatically stop wasting time. You stop entertaining distractions. You stop saying yes to everything. You start valuing your attention as the most powerful currency you own. Your mind becomes lighter because it knows exactly where it's going. Your actions become stronger because they're no longer scattered. Your confidence grows because you finish what you start. Let's take one more example. Imagine someone trying to lose weight. If they try to change everything, diet, exercise, sleep, lifestyle, in one day they burn out. But if they set one focus, like I will walk 30 minutes today, they build consistency. That one focus becomes a habit. That habit becomes progress. That progress becomes transformation. Focus creates momentum. Focus builds discipline. Focus makes your day meaningful. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a single direction, one mission, one priority, one thing that makes you say at the end of the day, yes, I move forward today. When you wake up tomorrow, don't drown yourself in 100 tasks. Don't overwhelm your mind with noise. Instead, speak to yourself with clarity. What is the one thing that will make the biggest difference if I complete it today? And give that one thing your whole heart, your whole attention, your whole focus. Don't let emotions decide your morning, because the first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Most people wake up and immediately hand over their power to whatever they feel: anger, frustration, sadness, fear, anxiety. They open their eyes and the first thing they do is react to yesterday's problems, today's uncertainty, or even imagined worries about tomorrow. And in those first few minutes, they give their emotions the steering wheel of their entire life. But the truth is, emotions are not leaders. They are signals. They are messengers, not masters. If you let them drive, they will take you to places you never wanted to go. If you take the wheel instead, they can guide you but never control you. Imagine waking up and seeing a message from someone who upset you yesterday. If your first reaction is to feel anger, resentment, or disappointment, you carry that energy into every interaction, every thought, and every action for the next several hours. Your focus clouds, your energy drops, your confidence wavers. That is what happens when emotions dictate your morning. But imagine if, in the same scenario, you pause, take a deep breath, and tell yourself, I am choosing my state. I will not let this control me. My morning is mine. That simple act of awareness flips the switch from reaction to mastery. Consider the example of a parent waking up to a chaotic household. Kids screaming, dishes piled up, deadlines looming. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and let anxiety or irritation dictate the start of the day. But a parent who begins with composure, who grounds themselves before diving into chaos, creates a completely different atmosphere. Their calmness becomes the anchor that steadies the house. The emotions exist, but they do not rule. And that intentional management of emotion transforms ordinary mornings into powerful beginnings. Think about someone who wakes up feeling tired and frustrated. Maybe last night they slept poorly. Maybe life has been stressful. If they allow that fatigue and frustration to govern their morning, they move through the day sluggishly, reactively, and with low energy. But if they choose to set that emotion aside, stretch, hydrate, breathe, and focus, they reclaim control. The day begins with clarity, even if the body feels heavy. The mind begins to guide the body instead of the other way around. Even in work or business, emotions can be dangerous if unchecked. A professional waking up anxious about a meeting or a project may approach colleagues with defensiveness or doubt. That energy is contagious. It spreads and can ruin opportunities before they even happen. But the professional who recognizes the anxiety, acknowledges it, and refuses to let it dictate their decisions, moves forward with strategy, composure, and confidence. Emotions are signals to notice, not shackles to obey. Daily life is full of examples where emotions try to steal our mornings. Someone might wake up thinking about a fight with a friend or partner, letting resentment dictate every word or action they take until lunch. Another person may wake up sad, replaying failures from yesterday, imagining worst-case scenarios for the future, and paralyzing themselves in guilt or fear. In both cases, the day is lost before it begins. But when someone decides that the morning is too precious to surrender to fleeting feelings, they reclaim their power. They recognize the emotion but choose action, clarity, and focus first. They speak to themselves with courage, I will lead my day. I will not be led by my feelings. Think about athletes, warriors, or performers. They wake up and feelings don't dictate their training or preparation. Even when fear, nerves, or fatigue are present, they follow their routine with discipline. The emotions exist, but they do not command. That is why they perform with consistency. That is why they succeed. You cannot ask life to respond to you if you allow emotions to control you first. There's also the subtle influence of joy or excitement, emotions we consider positive. If you wake up euphoric but undisciplined, you may act impulsively, mismanage your energy, or overlook details. Mastery of morning emotions is not about suppressing feelings. It's about choosing consciously which energy to amplify and which to set aside. Your emotional state should inform your day, not dominate it. Every morning is a battlefield between the mind and the feelings that try to distract it. You are either winning the battle or losing it. And the dialogue you must repeat to yourself is powerful. My emotions are my allies, not my rulers. I acknowledge them, I honor them, but I will not be led by them. I am the master of my morning, and my morning shapes my day. I choose clarity, strength, and calm. Think of life like a river. Emotions are the currents. They push and pull, they try to sweep you off course. But if you stand firm, anchored in awareness and purpose, you can navigate smoothly. You do not let the river decide where you go. You paddle, you steer, you move. Your day flows in the direction of your choice, not the direction of your moods. Even small, ordinary examples matter. Waking up to traffic on the commute, a minor disagreement with a neighbor, or a spilled cup of coffee can all trigger emotional reactions. If you let them dictate your morning, you carry irritation and distraction for hours. But if you pause, breathe, and choose perspective, the day remains yours. That pause, that conscious decision transforms trivial frustrations into lessons in self-mastery. The people who succeed, who lead, who thrive are not those who never feel anger, sadness, or fear. They are the ones who feel, recognize, and then refuse to allow it to dictate their actions. They begin each morning with intentionality. They understand that emotions are signals, not orders. They rise above the fluctuation of feelings and step into the day with clarity, power, and unstoppable focus. Your morning is sacred. It is a fresh start. It is the foundation of everything you will accomplish. If you let emotions decide how it begins, you surrender that foundation. But if you rise above, if you acknowledge yet command your feelings, you create a morning that cannot be shaken, a day that cannot be derailed, and a life that cannot be limited. Today is yours. The morning is your stage. The first hour of your life, every day, is the canvas on which you paint your destiny. Everything we talked about, the intention you set, the energy you protect, the purpose in your steps, the champion within you, the focus you choose, and the control over your emotions, is not just theory. It is the secret of every powerful person, every leader, every legend you have ever admired. This is the moment to stop drifting and start deciding. This is the moment to stop reacting and start creating. Your life is not a rehearsal. Every morning is a premiere. Every sunrise is an opportunity to rise higher than you ever imagined. You have to rise with the declaration that nothing will pull you off your path. Remember the words of the greats, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That choice, that belief, starts the moment you open your eyes. Your mindset is your weapon, your focus is your armor, and your discipline is your shield. If you decide to own your morning, the world will bend to the energy you carry. You cannot expect greatness if you let ordinary thoughts, scattered energy, and fleeting emotions dictate your direction. The champions of life do not wait for permission. They take charge. They wake up and they move with fire in their soul, clarity in their mind, and unstoppable power in their actions. Look at every legend, every trailblazer, every icon you admire. They did not become great by accident. They became great by choosing their mornings, by speaking to themselves with belief when the world doubted them, by taking one focus and executing it with precision, by moving with intention while others rushed without direction, by protecting their energy from distractions, negativity, and the chaos that wanted to claim their peace. They understood a simple truth: success is not for the lazy, the distracted, or the doubtful. It is for the focused, the prepared, and the fearless. And that begins the moment they rise from bed. Imagine if you began every day like that. Imagine if every morning, instead of reacting, you decided, I will win today, I will rise above, I will lead my own life. Your energy would become magnetic. Your confidence would become unshakable. Your focus would create results that others spend decades chasing. Life would begin to bend in your favor because you refuse to bend to life. You would walk differently, you would speak differently, you would live differently, you would become a person whose presence alone changes rooms, whose decisions shape destiny, and whose mindset creates miracles. Your mornings are your proving ground. They are the birthplace of all victories. Napoleon said, "Victory belongs to the most persevering." But how can you persevere if your day starts with chaos in your mind? How can you achieve if your mornings are surrendered to distractions, emotions, or doubt? Every powerful life begins with a powerful morning. Every extraordinary day begins with a conscious choice to lead yourself, to honor yourself, and to elevate yourself above the ordinary. Every great dream you have, every milestone, every breakthrough, every transformation starts with how you greet the sun. So rise with courage, rise with intention, rise with focus, and rise with unwavering belief. Protect your energy, speak to yourself like a champion, choose your one focus, and refuse to let emotions control you. Command your morning, and your morning will command your life in return. Let the world see your power before you even say a word. Let the day witness your clarity before any chaos reaches you. Let the universe respond to your determination before obstacles can stand in your way. You have this moment. You have today. You have the power to transform ordinary into extraordinary. Your morning is your secret weapon. Use it, claim it, and remember this: the best way to predict your future is to create it. So create it now. Speak to yourself with fire, act with precision, lead with purpose, and move like the unstoppable force you were always meant to be. Every sunrise is an invitation to greatness. Every morning is a declaration that you will no longer be average, distracted, or reactive. You are ready. You are capable, you are unstoppable, you are a force the world cannot ignore. Rise today, right now, and live like you were born to win.